I want to wear my sandals. I want to go out to lunch. I want to be normal again. It's one of my favorite lines uttered by Goldie Hawn in the movie Private Benjamin, and it seems to fit the time we're going through. Frustrated with the mundane routine of army life and the daily challenges that never seem to end, she would utter that wonderful line, I want to wear my sandals. I want to go out to lunch. I want to be normal again. How many of you have been feeling that in the past few days? We're certainly living at a time with a lot of grief and a lot of frustration, a lot of loss, and a lot of absence. But as Father Sam said last week in his sermon, very aptly, it's a time of grace where we can shed light on really what we treasure and what's important. It reminded me of the allegorical novel by Paul Coelho called The Alchemist. In it, the main character, and spoiler alert, I'm not really going to give away much of the story so that you can still read it if you haven't. But the main character, Santiago, who's an Andalusian shepherd, decides that he needs more than his mundane life of shepherding. And he goes off on a journey, looking for treasure that he's been promised in a dream, looking for greater purpose in life. It's a holy journey. It's a journey that turned out to be one of holy listening, holy observing, and holy action. And Santiago was surprised by what he found. And it struck me that this is a time for us to perhaps also go on that journey, a metaphorical journey, by doing some interior work and really reflecting on our own relationship with God. Who is God and who do we understand God to be? If we were asked to articulate who Jesus is in our lives, what would we say? What words would really capture deeply what Jesus means to us? How is God at work in your life? How is God calling you through this time of pandemic and challenge into relationship? How is God calling you into relationship with his people? Most importantly, how will you live your life of faith and action during this time and when the post-pause period happens? This is a wonderful time of journey that we too could go on. And like Santiago in The Alchemist, we'll be surprised by what we find. We will find that we are always in God's holy presence and that God is always at work in our lives. Many blessings, my friends. Amen.